And good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to another action-packed edition of Upstate Pro Wrestling's Uprising, right here on all Rochester television outlets and worldwide on YouTube. My name is Big Sean Kramars. I am your host for the evening, and I want to personally thank each and every one of you for spending your night with us here at Upstate Pro Wrestling. We're going to give you the best action we possibly can to thank you for your time, folks. And this week, the show is going to be off the chain, folks. As you know, September 11th, 2021, Upstate Pro Wrestling is back with business as usual. And in celebration of the fact that every match at that show will be contested inside of a steel cage, we're going to show you cage matches tonight from our history to get you all amped up and ready for September 11th. And speaking of September 11th, folks, I'm getting word that tickets are very limited. We don't have any front rows left, seconds are limited, and generals are as well. So make sure you head over to Upstate Pro Wrestling's Facebook page right now, gather the information you need, and secure your tickets as soon as possible before you can. Because September 11th, business as usual at Pineapple Jack's is going to be nuts. We're going to see war games, and as I said before, every match, not just one, every match will be inside of a steel cage. So what does that have to do with this state show, you ask? Well, we decided we needed to show you some awesome cage matches from our past to get you all amped up for the 11th, folks. And we have two that stick out to us that we're going to show you tonight right here. So first, in honor of our 2021 Rochester Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee, Wonderman Glenn Spector, and also in honor of Brody Lee, who will always be in our hearts, we're going to show you the wild steel cage match that those two men had way back in the day, right here to get you ready to see Glenn Spector in action at Business as Usual, and also to get ready for Glenn Spector's Hall of Fame induction coming up at Business as Usual. So that's going to be nuts, folks. And in our main event for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to see the last time a War Games match took place in Upstate Pro Wrestling, which was at the Restival in 2019, where Team Matic went to utter war with the Vile Society. That was a violent encounter, ladies and gentlemen, and you will see that in its entirety right here on Uprising. So with all that action, not much time for me to talk, so with that being said, I'm Big Sean Kramars. I'll see you at the end of the night. Let's send it to the ring. Get it going right now. Thanks, folks.
The champion. He hails from the halls of justice and weighing tonight at 201 pounds. He is the current and reigning NWA Upstate World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wonder Man, Glenn Spector.
Wonder Man Glenn Spectre is speaking.
And you try to shake my hand because I'm the champ. You want to shake a winner's hand? Well, I don't shake hands with losers. So understand, everything I say after this statement, this is not a baby-faced promo. I still hate every single one of you. Brody Lee, you have dogged me. You have dogged me my entire career in NWA Upstate. I took this company and I slung it on my back. And I carried it to greatness with this belt.
He defended it in Japan.
This is all I'm going to say to you.
That is true. Or as they say there, Asol.
This is all I'm going to say to you. I watched WrestleMania and I saw Triple H, they call him the King of Kings. But the Kings of Kings are the guys that are shedding their blood, sweat, and tears here in the dirty Indies. You want this belt? You want this belt? You son of a bitch! You come out here and take it! It's right here! You come get it!
Brody Lee already in the cages. We've got our main event here, the steel cage match here at Anniversary Anarchy.
Unorthodox.
Championship Blue. I'm trying to do the intro.
Oh!
Wait a minute, here we go. I've got Ivan the Impaler and Sweet Lou joining me for this match.
Oh, they're starting on the outside. Unorthodox start to a steel cage match.
Not only is it unorthodox, it's an unusual start, but yes, they're supposed to get inside the steel cage. Now, Lou, you've done some wrestling in your time. Have you ever been in the cage match?
No, I have not. Maybe this is a reverse steel
Wait a minute.
cage match.
Glenn Spectre thrown face first from the outside.
Maybe the goal is to get inside the cage and then you win. I don't know. Have the rules been established yet, Bender?
Brody Lee, obviously the challenger out first. Entered the cage. Glenn Spectre came out. Challenged Brody Lee to come get that belt, claiming himself to be the King of Kings, not Triple H.
He has a crowd hold him.
Oh!
Getting a little help from the crowd.
You can see referees Dusty Taker and a Bloodstone and Pat Michaels following these two combatants. We are at the main event of NWA Upstate Anniversary Anarchy, and this is going to get resolved in a steel cage, Ivan.
Oh, but at what price, Scotty Bender? To their careers, their humanity, their livelihood, their blood, their sweat, their tears, their endomorphins. At what price, Scotty Bender and Sweet Lou? At what price?
May I remind you that the match hasn't even officially started yet?
I think it has. Did the bell ring?
I don't believe the bell rang. I just know that Glenn Spectre took the mic. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
They're getting dangerously close to a broadcast gondola here.
Wait a minute, Brody Lee, though. He's got that chair. Oh, right across the back. Right across the back.
Sweet Lou, don't get involved. Sweet Lou, Scott, he's getting too close to the action.
Remember, he is a wrestler himself, so
That's all he says.
another European uppercut on the Spectre. Now Spectre, oh, knife edge chop right across the chest of the challenger.
He learned that in the Halls of Justice training school, Scotty Bender.
Now Spectre moved to the midsection. Hooks him in. Suplexes him into the plexiglass here at the All-Star Sports Arena.
The unforgiving plexiglass. What are the referees doing? They got to restore some type of order here, Scotty Bender.
Still, again, happening in that steel cage.
Why is Dusty Taker counting? They haven't even started the match yet.
Sweet Lou trying to inject some logic into this proceeding.
Obviously still on the endorphins from Dusty Taker's big win earlier on in the show.
Hard body check into the glass by Glenn Spectre on Brody Lee.
Shades of Rob Ray and Ty Domi just down the road, Scotty Bender. This is a hockey arena as well. But we're back somewhere near the general vicinity of the unforgiving steel cage. And now Glenn Spectre has the upper hand, ladies and gentlemen.
I think Spectre got 2 minutes for boarding right there.
Well, some would argue that Glenn Spectre has always been a man short, but that's another issue, I guess.
Oh, there goes Spectre again into the cage. Now Brody Lee hooks him in. Takes him out and just power bombs him right into the cage. Hangs on, and again, just crushing him into the steel cage. Oh, right in the back again, then throws him. After a third time into the cage. Now measures him, we can be seeing the Yakuza kick. Oh, and he connects. Spectre had nowhere to go.
Well, as Sweet Lou alluded to earlier, Scotty Bender, I mean, I guess the match has started. He doesn't think it has, but at some point there's got to be it's not pinfalls count anywhere. They got to get into the cage and then someone gets out.
And now Spectre being rolled into the cage. I think the match could officially start right about now.
And now again, Lou, timing is impeccable, Sweet Lou.
The main event begins right now.
Now Brody Lee with a towering body slam.
Going up top, or
Oh, no, an elbow.
the first rope.
Cover. Two, doesn't hook the leg in. Only a two.
That cage, I don't know how much pressure, how much abuse, how much punishment this cage could take, Bender.
I believe it has met American Cage Institute scientific study standards set by the U.S. government as well as the International League of Justice.
But how about OSHA? Does it meet OSHA regulations? Remember that now.
Occupational safety and health, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, now Brody Lee started to interrupt you too, but Brody
think
Lee
you
with
need
a front suplex onto Glenn Spectre.
I think you need to take a 10-hour safety training course in order to wrestle inside.
Well, that's for asbestos removal by the cover. That was 2.5. Brody Lee almost ended this thing early. We need a good lawyer to answer these questions.
Did you say something about asbestos?
Pardon?
Did you say something about asbestos?
Asbestos, yeah. I brought up asbestos, and quite honestly, that was 30 seconds ago, and my mind cannot remind me what the reference was.
Oh, now Brody Lee thrown into that middle turnbuckle face first by Glenn Spectre.
Oh my God, this is a championship match in the cage, and we're talking about asbestos. Let's get our game faces on, Joe.
Well, I do have an asbestos problem in my home. It is what.
I'll talk to you later about that.
Now Spectre with the right hands onto the challenger, Brody Lee. Brody Lee had to defeat Steve Carino a few months back to earn the shot at Glenn Spectre. Glenn Spectre's thrown everything but the kitchen sink at Brody Lee, and he finally threw the king of old school, Steve Carino, and Steve Carino was defeated by Brody Lee after Brody Lee hit that package pile driver and scored the big upset over Steve Carino in front of a packed house.
And let's not forget that Brody Lee was in a steel cage here in NWA Upstate against the monster Abyss just a few short months ago. And though Abyss won, Brody Lee proved that he can handle himself inside the evil confines of steel.
Who could forget that matchup at Monsters Brawl against Abyss? Thumbtacks, tables, chairs, everything was used in that match. That match was brutal.
Oh, now just spears him. Face first into the cage goes Glenn Spectre. Is now Brody Lee the challenger.
We also cannot forget the point that Brody Lee has been chasing Glenn Spectre for the better part of a year, trying to get a shot, just one shot at the title. And now he finally has it. There's going to be no outside interference. This is his one and only shot. Probably his best chance.
Good point by Sweet Lou. The Banana Brigade, the allies, if you will, of Wonder Man Glenn Spectre will be unable to interfere. The likes of the artist formerly known as Jerk Jackson, Freddie Midnight, and that ilk.
Glenn Spectre's been champion here in NWA Upstate for exactly, I mean, you pointed out, I thought it was here, but it's exactly how many days?
A day short of a year. He defeated Danny Doring on April 9, 2005. And for those who are watching through the miracle of DVD or videotape, this is April 8, 2006. If he wins this match, if Glenn Spectre comes out as still a champion, he can rightfully say he's been champion for over a year. And in this day and age, gentlemen, that is quite an accomplishment.
Especially because he defended in Japan in November, too.
And as he has defended this in both hemispheres. And that shows you the prestige and the honor of the NWA Upstate heavyweight title.
Glenn Spectre appears to be busted open a little bit.
I think after he was thrown face first into the cage by Brody Lee, and he's busted open. Now Brody Lee trying to open that gash even more. Oh, and then Manhattan drop, that reverse the Thomas Spinebuster. Oh, and then Inzaguri by Glenn Spectre. Catches the big Brody Lee, the 6'+ Brody Lee.
And the fans don't realize it. They should be aware of it right now. Sure, Glenn Spectre has kind of the questionable gender orientation. He's pulled stunts in the rings, which would have him banned in Peoria. But he's a great wrestler. That Inzaguri showed it. He also shows power in the ring, too, as evidenced by that slam of the 267-pound Brody Lee.
It's definitely no string bean.
Indeed he isn't, Sweet Lou. Indeed he isn't.
Now Spectre to the top rope. Prone Brody Lee goes up. Oh, Superfly splash. 1, 2. It's funny I say Superfly. We remember the Bob Backlund match where he missed off the top of the cage. Changed wrestling forever after that move. Now Glenn Spectre trying to prevent history being changed here tonight at Anniversary Anarchy.
A metaphor by Scotty Bender, nicely done. And now pulling back on the neck of Brody Lee is Glenn Spector. And maybe not now, the intention is not to submit, but it'll wear down, cut down your breathing, won't it, Sweetle? Cut down your oxygen.
As a wrestler, I know that move does cut down on your breathing. Oh, man, a kitchen sink will end anything right there. Any comeback Brody Lee had, ruined by a kitchen sink.
I think that ownership had more effect on Brody Lee's back. As you can see, he went into those brackets.
He is such a big man that bouncing off the ropes is actually a hindrance to him. It actually works against him.
The type of perspective we can only get from a wrestler, Scotty Bender.
He would never know.
Never been in the sports circle?
Well, you've been the referee before, but that's another story for another day and another DVD. Let's get back to this championship match. Perhaps Glenn Spector's intention right now is to open up Brody Lee and bring the blood dripping down his face, much as it is his own.
Now Brody Lee.
Head first to those unforgiving steel length fence.
Are there any forgiving steel length fences that we know of, Joe?
I don't.
Hold on.
Oh, Glenn Spector! The athleticism of Glenn Spector catching
Hold on,
Brody
I'm
Lee.
still thinking.
You can see Brody Lee's back going to the cages. The drop kick. He's caught between those ropes in that cage. While Sweet Lou's still thinking, I'll call the match.
No, I got nothing.
Now Spector. Oh, DDT, elevated DDT. 1, 2, that trap door. DDT by Glenn Spector as Brody Lee's legs were outstretched on the top rope.
The referee, Ron Falco, who we must stress again, does not like to be called meatwad. Very quick in position there for the cover. 2.5, I would say, gentlemen.
I won't call him meatwad, especially after this broadcast. Now Glenn Spector ducks the clothesline, back mule kick onto Brody Lee. Now goes in the ropes. High knee lift, reminiscent of Mr. Wrestling 2. Brody Lee though still on his feet. Spector on the ropes again. Brody Lee ducks. Catches him. Oh, 3-quarter lock. Headlock that coils up and drives the knees right into the face of Glenn Spector.
Brody dropped his shoulder, saw it coming. Nicely done. Dropped his shoulder, reversed, planted the move.
I think he saw it coming when Spector took his elbow pad off.
Good point by Sweet Louie. Cover.
Can't hold him down after that Falcon Arrow suplex. Using the top rope for added momentum. And now Brody Lee from Huberville, British Columbia.
Oh, Brody Lee's not supposed to go to the high rent district, Bender. Come on.
Oh, and now Spector taking advantage of the miscue by Brody Lee.
Well, we saw Brody Lee go to the high rent district in his cage match against Abyss when he did the leg drop off the top rope. A very dangerous move, which did indeed connect.
Ooh, Japanese arm, or
A dragon screw leg
dragon
whip.
screw leg whip.
Shades of the Great Muda, wasn't it?
Absolutely, and again.
Oh, wow, look at wrenching that
Actually
knee.
created by Tatsumi Fujinami, but used by Great Muda.
I will always yield Japanese wrestling knowledge to the local dean of Japanese Pure Soul, Scotty Bender-san.
Now figure 4 reverse.
Are we going down to the
Variation
wrestling
up.
match at the local prefecture?
The Japanese references to cover, my God, we're talking about Japanese references, and there's almost a cover pinfall right there, ladies and gentlemen. But very smart by Glenn Spector, working on the knee, on the dragon screw leg whips, or whatever you guys call it, and then put him in the grapevine.
Crowd firmly behind Brody, though.
The pain can be too much to handle, Ivan.
They sound worried, Brody Lee's knee is hurt. Or as they say in the sports and athletic industry, he has a bad wheel.
And now Glenn Spector relinquishing the hold. Now a boot to Brody Lee, the challenger.
If this were the NFL, he'd have an undisclosed leg injury.
Well, if you're reporting for the Buffalo Bills, yeah, that's how they do it. Of course, you have to have someone actually trying on the field in order to injure yourself. But that's another story for another time, ladies and gentlemen.
And now Spector's dragging up the challenger. Backs him in. Oh, drives his back into the turnbuckle. Second steel cage match in NWA Upstate history. As you alluded to earlier, Ivan, Brody Lee, part of the first steel cage against Abyss, now taking part in the second.
And Spector taking those right in the face.
And now Brody Lee going up top. Unfamiliar ground for the big 6'+". Brody Lee, oh, now he gets crotched. As referee Ron Falco was thrown into the ring ropes, which...
Wait, here comes the Banana Brigade.
Who is that? What is their name? Oh, it's
Bobby Shields.
It's true talent, Bobby Shields. And you're familiar with this individual, Sweet Lou.
Wait a minute,
I am?
he's in a sack.
There's something, he's got a sack of something.
If I think what it is...
Maybe it's commemorative quarters. I'll bet that's what it is.
Appears to be tax. Glenn Spector with the tax.
Oh, no. No
Brody
way.
Lee having flashbacks with this match with the bench.
No, there's no way.
New York is one of the most overtaxed states, Scotty Bender, and now we have it here in the
This
rest of
could
it.
be a metaphor.
There could be, but there's danger.
Now Spector, teetering as he almost went back first. And now wait a minute, trying to take Brody Lee. Hook with the powerbomb position right into the tax. You've got to be kidding me.
The flesh, oh my goodness, the flesh is scarred. Thumbtacks all over the place. Bleeding, the threat of inflection.
You can see the blood on the back of Brody Lee from those puncture wounds from the thumbtacks. And then, no! Shiny Wizard, like Glenn Spector, hit squarely. One. Falco, did you notice, couldn't lay the...
Because of the tax, exactly. So he couldn't even get to a 2 count. Good point. But ladies and gentlemen, it's like the Bob Dylan album. Instead of blood on the tracks, there is now blood on the tax. I don't know how many Bob Dylan wrestling fans there are out there, but I thought I'd throw that.
You can see the tax. As Ron Falco tries to kick him away, preferring fender damage to these two warriors.
Is the referee obligated to take away thumbtacks in the ring, Scotty Bender?
And now Glenn Spector just verbally assaulting Glenn Spector. Now a slap across the face. He might have woken a sleeping giant.
That was the wrong move.
Oh, Brody Lee fires back. Blocking the right hands of Glenn Spector. Fires away with a forearm. Another. Let's whip him in, but Glenn Spector reverses.
Uh-oh. Not on the tax.
Brody Lee, wait, it's got him up. Drives him back first into the cage. And then takes him down with a double leg takedown.
I'll bet you Brody caught some tax in the leg on an impact, too.
I would not doubt he's got him every look. Look at him. It's like a human pincushion.
Is he going to escape, or is he going to try a high-risk maneuver off the top rope? Oh, my goodness. Not again.
No way. There's no way this
Now
could hold.
Brody Lee going to the top. He's at the top of the cage. Here he goes.
Oh!
1, 2, 3.
He did it!
It is over. He did it. Everything that is wrong about NWA Upstate is now right.
He did it!
He is your new NWA Upstate Heavyweight Champion.
Paying the price in blood and pain, Brody Lee becomes the Upstate Heavyweight Champion, ending Glenn Spector's title reign a day short of a full calendar year. How galling it must be for the Wonder Man. How frustrating, especially now to see Brody Lee holding aloft the vaunted, valued, and highly prized gold of NWA Upstate.
I know I've been through my battles with Mr. Brody Lee, but the man is my cousin, and I do have to say that I've never been more proud of him than I am right now. Congratulations.
Brody Lee, your winner now on top of the cages. The fans are now standing after they just witnessed their hometown hero defeat Glenn Spector here at Anniversary Anarchy. And we have a new NWA Upstate Heavyweight Champion, Ivan, and his name is Brody Lee.
That is his name, Scotty Bender, the pride of Huberville, British Columbia, Canada. The fans showing their appreciation. And this may not be the time and place to say it, but you have to give some respect to Glenn Spector
Shut up now.
for holding the title as long as he's there. What's this?
I can barely feel my back. And I said this before. I still hate all of you. But God damn it, Brody Lee. I respect you.
Show respect by Glenn Spector, as he just stated he respects Brody Lee, but still hates all the fans.
Oh, he's coming along, Scotty Bender. I don't like all the fans either.
One thing to say. First of all, thank you to this man right here. I'd like to get a round of applause for Glenn Spector right now.
He is a tough competitor, whether you like it or not, Scotty Bender. As we
You
mentioned.
might not like the way the guy does business.
Exactly.
But let me tell you, he's a son of a bitch to fight in this ring. And I don't appreciate you bringing thumbtacks out either. Anyways, one final thing to say to each and every one of you, and that's thank you for coming out each and every time, and I hope you do the same next time. Thank you very much.
Brody Lee, your winner and new NWA Upstate champion. What a gentleman.
You only got one life, don't blow it. That's why I keep the money is the motive. You could be a dope fiend, selling rocks on the corner, go to school of hard knocks, and you too many lies in the jungle. We be fighting for the bell. Feel like a Royal Rumble. Every man for himself.
Guys, here we go with the main event for Rustival.
And you know what? This match is going to change lives. It's going to change a lot of people's trajectory in this business.
This match may very well end wrestling careers here tonight.
Anytime you bring a cage into any situation, your career changes. Either you don't wrestle again, or you may still wrestle for the future, but you will not be the same.
It's not only just a steel cage, this is War Games, meaning you can bring a weapon or weapons of your choosing. Not only do you have the steel cage to grind and tear the flesh off your opponent, you have weapons as well to do the same thing.
There's Jeremy Jensen. He's ready.
Almost take out the referee there with his jump from the top rope. That would have been good.
What a job for the referee in this match. Yeah, good Lord.
I would not want to be inside that cage.
Coconut Jones, just making his return last month, and continuing the tradition, coming to the aid of what would become Team Matic.
Well, I'll tell you what. You talk about a guy who's been around the block with not only UPW but everywhere. What an addition to a Team Matic.
Coconut Jones making his return just 1 month ago, a continuous tradition. Now in his first match since his return,
And showing himself as the leader of this team. That's a very important tradition. That's a very important position. There's a lot of stamina required for both of these teams. And it was a very important decision. I don't agree with all the decisions maybe made by Team Matic, but this is one that I can definitely agree on. There's a big advantage in picking Coconut Jones for this spot.
picking him to be first and has to make it all the way through the end. That's a lot of confidence from Matic. Definitely has it, Coconut Jones, to put him in that position.
Hey, you have to also remember it's a decision that Matic made without putting personal bias into it. You remember how many times Jeremy Jensen has messed with him or done something, and this is really him taking a step back, saying, "Okay, I don't want him one-on-one just yet. I can do the smart decision, and I can let Coconut Jones go in there
Take a
first."
swing. Well, huge clothesline from Jones, and another. Not wasting any time here. Needed the midsection, taking Jones down for now.
If you're Coconut Jones and your first match back in the UPW is a War Games cage match, are you kidding me?
It's
Jensen colliding with the steel cage once again.
It's just it's a tough match too, even coming from that. But maybe there's a factor of he hasn't been here for a while. He's very fresh. He's very. He maybe hasn't had the same type of punishment, so he's ready and more able to do it.
Face first.
It seemed to be like, it looked like it might have been an attempt for a hip toss. Instead, Coconut Jones tripped slightly, but it was more of a collision because Jensen ended up going head first into the cage. A lot of momentum behind him. Huge suplex from Jones.
Right now, Jeremy Jensen's getting bounced around like as if he were in the bounce house right now.
Now, there isn't a pinfall until all members of each team are in the ring. So at this point, it's just a beat down for whoever gets hell kicked out of him. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation.
The cavalry's coming for Jensen. It is just what he needed at this point to really take it to Jones here. Now he can utilize the 2-on-1 advantage.
And look who and look who's on the outside of the ring right now, Johnny Kayfabe.
Of course.
I can smell it. I thought this was a dry arena.
He's not in the match per se, but he's going to make himself known. He's going to do whatever he can to help out his team.
And right now, 2-on-1 situation.
That's the theme of these War Games matches. You have to remember that it goes back to the way days of the Four Horsemen and getting these opponents in these 2-on-1 or these 3-on-2 advantages where you can really use your strategies against them. It's
uh-oh, here we go. Who's coming out? One half of the process, TC Cooper.
Evening the odds.
Now, fans, if you have not been watching Upstate Pro Wrestling, which you should have been, so shame on you. But if this is new to you, if you're not familiar with the rivalry between these individuals, we'll explain it for you. Matic used to be, Young Lion of the West Matic, used to be one of the superior members of Vile Society, along with Jeremy Jensen and Hellcat. There was some speculation of problems between Vile Society members for a few months. And finally coming down to Vile Society losing the tag team championships to the Process.
It was in a six-man tag match with the Process, with the help of Dick Justice finally defeating the Vile Society as a whole. It was then that the Process moved on to face their next contenders in Rhythm and Booze.
They turned on Matic.
And here we go. Here's the leader of the Vile Society, Hellcat.
They brought in a member named Ghost, who's formerly known as Rob D. We did not expect him to do a turn, but he absolutely did just that. Went to Vile Society as a fourth member, and Matic was outnumbered for a while. Process finally came to the aid of Matic after believing maybe we can trust this guy after months of, we all know what went on. But yeah, now we're down to the boiling point, guys. This is it.
Face up against that unforgiving steel.
It has been a battle, and now they're doing a war in a steel cage. War games.
Manik has inspired those around him to fight for him for many cases. And I have to wonder, why isn't he out here himself? Why isn't he taking a more early position? Why isn't Manik, maybe Manik is hiding away a little bit.
Coconut Jones slow to get up.
Are you serious? You are blind.
Justice is going to be served here, guys.
I don't know about this decision.
Dick Justice is here.
As much as I love Dick Justice, I love Dick so much, I have to question this decision. Dick Justice is a great anchor for a War Games team. I don't think that he should come in this early.
Dick Justice wearing a pantyhose over his head. Suspenders.
Hey, whatever works.
I guess. I'm not going to judge him for it, although it's
he's being judged.
For it.
He's being judged right now. Is that the Tennessee Strangler getting, well, his face is going to be a pizza by the time it's done here.
Ramming Frank the Tank's face into the steel cage.
Frank the Tank, I'm sorry.
No, guys.
When the steel hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's not good.
That's
not good.
Oh my goodness.
Where do we find this guy? But anyway, this is a steel cage, guys. So if you are squeamish, if you do not like the sight of blood, you may want to look away when you see it, because the steel cage is known to tear flesh. It's known to break bones. If we see any blood, it's not going to be a surprise.
It's been known to change careers at this point.
End careers. Ghost enters the squared circle, formerly known as Rob D.
We have to remember he had made an attack on Manik earlier in this show. He was doing some giveaways for the Restival, and while Manik attempted to maybe get an advantage himself, Rob D was smart enough to turn that around against him.
And now, and that's pretty key. What is the health situation of Manik at this point from that attack earlier this evening?
As much as I'm digging into it, the decisions he's made, I personally have a lot of problems with some of the decisions he's made. Maybe that could be part of what he's doing. He's trying to save himself, his own energy, putting maybe the, not putting his team at risk for him going down with an aggravated injury.
Well, you know what? That's why he's last.
Well, he could be last. There's also Cody Love.
Well,
got another entrant.
And here's the man himself.
That is a smart move. I don't know if they had anything to do with it, but it's a smart move to have Manik last.
The second half of the process, Cody Love. Justin once again ran headfirst into the steel cage.
Full of energy, but I have to question very much.
Whoa.
This is the process.
Cody Love going to the top of the cage.
No way! No!
This is so dangerous, guys.
No way! No way! Cody Love! He's about to fly!
Your career in front of you!
Oh,
cross body for the top of the steel cage!
Love is dead! Love is dead!
Cody Love from the top of the cage. Wow. Cody Love, Superman-esque off the top of the cage.
He came out planning to go for it all, and he did exactly that.
You know what?
Went straight for the high risk.
And unlike, normally I would say you have nothing to lose, but he is a tag team champion. You can't. You're risking permanent injury.
They have contenders waiting for them in the McLeods. They can't handle the serious injury that comes from this fight that is War Games. I love the process. They're great wrestlers. They are not great fighters. We mentioned before, this all sprung off when Matt.
Representing Team Biosociety, 30 down
As Cody was on the top of that cage, guys, I was so afraid he was going to fall to the floor. And if he done so, there are mats down there. There are mats. They would have no protection for a man fall from that height.
You know what? That would be the end of his career, the end of his life. The end of his life, possibly.
Yes. You know what? I can sum it up like this. When you're 19, 20 years old, you're young and dumb.
Young, dumb, and fearless.
Fearless, yeah.
You know what? He did what he accomplished to do. You know, he took out a lot of the members of the other team. Now taking a beating.
He's taking this beating. He was told to be in this match by Matic. Matic, I feel, has misled the process. And now he comes now.
I think the process are in there to fight against Violent Society. They are tired of the tactics they use. I've put it many, many times. Yep. I refer to the Violent Society as the cancer of state pro wrestling.
They may be trying to, get even with them, but you have to remember that the process, they had 3 chances against the Violent Society, and 2 of those first times they lost because they couldn't handle the fight that the Violent Society wants to bring. This is a similar fight.
The Violent Society did everything they could and cheated using the book. And they wrote the book at breaking every rule.
And Matic going right after Jeremy Jensen.
I'm
now with Ghost, wow.
We're in
recover. He's got him.
Ghost is eliminated.
Ghost is gone.
All 10 members are in the ring, are able to follow up with eliminations now.
It's now 4 on 5.
5 on 4.
5 on 4, whatever.
Well, we never stated that all members were inside the ring, so that's what I was trying to get to. They keep cutting me off.
Cody Love wearing out that kendo stick. Or lightsaber.
Process beating the hell out of Buddy Delmar, Texas Strangler.
This is an advantage that they have. They haven't had a cage separating them from Johnny Kayfabe. They've been dealing with rhythm and booze for quite a long time now, and this I'll admit, this is a bit of catharsis for them.
There we go. Oh!
You know, Cody Love was just a lawn dart going right.
Not a lawn dart. Such a big, risky
love dart.
When they're able to succeed with that move, it's such an impact on our opponent. But it'd be more fatal if they miss it.
Absolutely.
Definitely a high-risk maneuver.
I'm worried for the process, not just because of the champions. They're good kids, and I feel like they're being misled. And you know what? I don't blame them for being misled.
Have you been trying to talk to them for you to manage them?
I have been, but I think that if I was their manager, they wouldn't be.
Where are you going to guide them? You can't
I want to guide them out of this cage.
You can't see 5 feet ahead of you. Where are you going to lead them?
I want to lead them out.
Oh, we got another elimination.
We got
another elimination.
What exactly? This is. I'm glad he's out of it now, but he's the first member of Team Mac to be eliminated. That is a factor of his youth, his level of resilience that hasn't developed yet.
Well, we now have a 4-on-4 situation as Cody Love was pinned.
I totally missed that from all his blabbering he was doing.
Right now, Jeremy Jensen taking a pounding from TC Cooper in the corner. Coconut Jones laying waste to Jeremy Jensen, it looks like. Then Dick Justice is like just doing work over there in the corner.
He is getting that work done. He was the main factor in all this catalysting off of the 6-man match of the process and Dick Justice against
brutal DDT to Coconut Jones, who's now eliminated.
Coconut Jones has been eliminated.
That's 2 down for Team Matic. That's 2 in a row. Could this be maybe a sign of the come that the Violent Society is gaining back this advantage they want?
Well, now we're talking about a 4-on-3 situation right now.
This is paramount, is tantamount is all amounts for Team Matic to get a pinfall as soon as possible to even this back up. You do not want the Violent Society to have this advantage this late in the match. This is on a neck and build and snowball out of control.
TC Cooper, get the heart attack. 1, 2, 3, oh my goodness. We're talking about 4-on-2, Matic and Dick Justice.
Both members of Process are out. Coconut Jones is out.
Rhythm and Booze doing the dirty deeds.
So we're down to Matic and Dick Justice against Violence Society, and
This could get very ugly very soon.
Rhythm and Booze really taking charge of this whole War Games right now.
And you have to imagine, Violence. What is that now?
Wait a minute, that's Caitlin going in the ring.
Oh! Caitlin's not part of this match.
Whoa! Jumping on the back of Matic. What the heck is that?
So I guess her name is Adriana Fury, according to my notes here.
Adriana. Oh, taking a
snapmare from the back of Matic.
I thought with Jeremy Jensen being eliminated, this was moving to 3-on-2, but it seems that the advantage still seems to be in the Violence Society.
Matic with Adriana. Oh! Oh, is that Hellcat?
Adriana Fury accidentally taken out by Hellcat as Matic moved out of the way just
Adriana
in time.
function at the junction.
Wait a minute, 1, 2. Oh, my goodness. Adriana Fury trying to make her way outside the cage.
The referee needs to establish some ordinance. I know it's War Games, but there's something that needs to be done.
Dick Justice scooping up Frank the Tank. Working on the knee. Justice calling for a figure 4.
This will be the biggest figure 4 in the history of figure 4s.
Maybe a figure 5 or 6.
Oh my goodness. Wait, that's a spinning toe hold he's got there. Oh, he tapped. He tapped.
Oh. What do we have left in this match right now? We have
Dick Justice and Matic and Hellcat and Buddy Delmar still in the contest. So
hey,
down to 2-2.
I have to imagine that with what Rhythm and Booze has been doing for the health of the Violence Society, this is probably a big step for them. This is something that has probably been a big show for them. That can, if they can give them this victory, that's another step up the ladder. I'd have to imagine.
Oh, wait a minute. Johnny Kayfabe going in the ring.
Of course. We knew it was going to happen eventually.
Get him out of the ring.
Who's controlling that door to the cage?
Well, obviously he was.
Wait a minute. Bring out the powder.
Oh!
The eyes of Buddy Delmar. Texas Strangler's blind right now. We got another JJ in the ring.
He's stealing my thing.
Dick Justice, bring him down. Delmar's been eliminated.
They say that Justice is blind, but Buddy Delmar was the real blind one there.
We now have 2-on-1. Dick Justice and Matic.
Oh my!
And this is what Matic has been waiting for all this time. Getting that him and Justice going against Matic. Hellcat finally getting justice brought to him.
Come on, Johnny. Meet in the cage, face first. And once again, which, let's be honest, guys, he deserves it.
I'm not saying anything.
Big right hand from Justice.
Johnny Kayfabe tasted that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is what Matic has wanted since that night that Violence Society turned on him.
Headbutt to the midsection, possibly groin area of Justice. I'm not too positive there from my view here.
Dick Justice felt it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Here's Matic.
Speaking of felt it,
face to
Joey
face.
Ryan?
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute here.
No.
Wait a minute here. No, come on now. Dick Justice to what? Wait,
you can't.
There's no way.
No.
This has got to be a trick on Matic's part, right?
No way.
Justice saying, hit me right here. Block the punch. Here's right hand. Matic comes off. Oh! Set up Hellcat. Made him vulnerable.
There it is.
Takes the win.
Team Matic wins it.
An amazing, incredible match.
Wow, guys.
Incredible.
That's our main event for War Games. This was Rustival. Wow,
an amazing card.
And you see the American flag flying in the background.
Absolutely.
Dick Justice came through. I'll tell you what, the MVP for this match for me is Dick Justice.
I'll say it this way, justice has been served.
Wow, what an event. What an event. From the King of Dong style to
the King of New York.
To the King of New York. To Dick Justice with the American flag.
Guys, we've seen new champions tonight. We've seen a dog flip. We've seen faces smash up against steel cages. We've seen trickery. We've seen overcoming the odds and getting the win and finally winning the war here at Wrestival.
And you know
what a night. Thank you, fans, for watching. Thank you guys for joining me once again. We want to wish you a great night and enjoy the show. Enjoy the future shows of Upstate Pro Wrestling. You guys need to say anything else before we close it out?
Good night, all. We said way too much of the word dong this evening.
All right, guys, that is it for UPW's Wrestival. You have a good night. Stay safe and watch more professional wrestling.
You only got one life, don't blow it. That's why keep the money is the motive. You could be a dope fiend, selling rocks on the corner, go to school of hard knocks, and you too many lies in the jungle. We be fighting for the bell. Feel like a Royal Rumble. Every man for himself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a wild week of steel cage action here on Uprising. Thanks again to each and every one of you for tuning in. We're going to see you next week, but more importantly, we hope to see every one of you live and in person for the first time in a long time, September 11th, when Upstate Pro Wrestling presents Business as Usual, where every single match will be in a steel cage, just like the ones you saw tonight here on Uprising. So get your tickets as soon as possible before you can't by heading over to Upstate Pro Wrestling's Facebook page and gathering all the information you need to make that deal. Get it done right now, folks. I can't stress that enough. And last but not least, if you'd like to support Upstate Pro Wrestling outside of tickets, there's a couple other ways you can do that. Head over to ProWrestlingTees.com and search Upstate Pro Wrestling in the search bar, and there you will find awesome Upstate Pro Wrestling swag as well as Flower City Wrestling Academy swag, so you can dress like all the cool kids and be ready for September 11th, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, all of our video on demand contest is available all the time over at IWTV.live. Enter code Upstate, and every minute that you consume on IWTV will give credit to our promotion and will help us grow, ladies and gentlemen. Without you fans, there's not much we can do. So with that being said, I want to thank you once again for tuning in and hope to see you September 11th at Business as Usual. But until then, we'll see you next week right here on Upstate Pro Wrestling's Uprising. For UPW and FCWA, I'm Big Sean Kramars. You guys take care of yourself and each other. We'll see you next week.
Contest has to start. We seem to have that. You know what? He's called the investment.
She has to be able to Upstate Pro Wrestling's Uprising is produced by the Close Fist Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.